What up, YouTube? Topaz Ace back with another reaction video, man, as this is 3 in one night. Honestly, this is 3 in 30 minutes. We setting new records tonight, baby. But it is what it is, and we gonna wrap up tonight with Nicki Minaj, Bussin, featuring Lil Baby. And Nicki Minaj is back with another one here, and I must say, I'm happy for this one. I wasn't big on the Do We Have a Problem? But the Nicki Minaj Bussin'? Yeah. Nicki Minaj is getting back into her bag. She's showing that she's not falling off. She's showing that she still got the diversity, the versatility. She's still showing she got the skill set. Even though it's not on the highest level in which I know Nicki can do, but yet this one, she did well. She did really well. But one good thing about this, one thing that I wanted to point out in particular is this may be a continuous thing because this is the second single that she's dropped in so many weeks. And this has every essence of being a actual promotional plan of her moving songs leading up to a particular project. It would not shock me if she actually did attempt to flood the market on every Friday leading up to her next actual album. Hopefully. Just based off of what she delivered here for both of these, both of these songs were probably recorded in the same studio session. You feel me? Just giving off the fact that she got Lil Baby featured on both of them. Either that or they did the whole COVID thing where, you know, they won't be in the lab together. She just sent out a couple tracks and he sent them both back, and she just decided to drop them back to back and just paid for the minimum that Lil Baby did on this one and did the maximum for the Do We Have a Problem? But either way, I love the fact that we're seeing a promotional plan here. Because we don't see promotional plans for a lot of big artists. J. Cole hasn't really had a promotional plan for any of the albums that has been going platinum without any feature. You feel me? Like, we don't see it all the time, but yet an individual like Nicki Minaj, she deserves it. This shows us that the record labels still recognize that she's Nicki Minaj, and you better show her the respect that she deserves as being one of the forefront best female MCs in the game. You feel me? Like, in a lot of cases, once a rapper, no matter how successful they are, no matter how big they become, the record labels will end up short selling anything that they do because they figure like, okay, what you do next probably won't be as big as your previous works. And that's even if we put in a lot of promotion and a lot of work, but yet that's not so much with Nicki Minaj. Like, she's proven just through everything that she did, she's going to push numbers. You feel me? Like, go back and look at her numbers. Pink Friday, 3 times platinum. Roman Reloaded, 2 times platinum. Pink Print, 2 times platinum. And that Pink Print is when the whole digital age of how they changed the numbers and got the free streams and all that, that's when all of that started coming into play. Before that, her biggest album seller was Pink Friday, 3 times platinum. That's a legit 3 million units sold. But Pink Print being 2 times platinum, that's the new gen. You don't have to sell as much, you just gotta get the streams. You get your streams right, and they gonna give you a plaque based off. It's not the same, but yet the success is still there. And then you got the Queen album, her last album that she came out 4 years ago. What was it, 3-4 years ago? That went platinum as well, which that, you know, that's a little bit of a drop off, but it's still platinum. So she's still relevant. She's still killing the game. And as long as she got the audience, the Nicki Minaj fan base, which the Nicki Minaj fan base is constantly going to be going crazy. They always going crazy for Nicki Minaj. You feel me? Now, always keep in mind though, the music industry is what have you done for me lately. It does not matter who you are. You could be the greatest female rapper of an entire generation, maybe the greatest female rapper of all time in what Nicki Minaj has ultimately has been paving the way of becoming. You dig? She can honestly be that. But the record companies and stuff, man, they do not care unless you are moving units. They do not care unless you are actually still in demand. They do not care unless you're still putting in the work and you're a proven commodity to them that they can never run away or hide from. You feel me? And as long as Nicki Minaj continues to do that and continues to be that, then they're going to go ahead and put forth the maximum effort. She is one of the few artists that was legitimately able to walk away from the game for three to 4 years. 3 to 4 years, legitimately walk away, not do anything, and actually may have a true to life bounce back like she's never left. And that is beyond difficult to do. That's just, you got people that's rocking with you and they rocking with you the long way, and it does not matter. And the way that I felt about this coming into it, I'm like, look, these songs that are being promoted, these songs that's coming out, they come off like, okay, these is just some loose tracks that she's dropping to the people as promotion leading up to a project, and she might not put these on an actual album unless the people rally behind them. And like I was telling everybody in the last reaction video for the Do We Have a Problem, that song had every symptom of being a #1 hit. Just based off of the name recognition, just based off the music that they was doing, the fact that this is the music that people are listening to at this point in time. Not my cup of tea, not what I'm honestly listening in for, not what I honestly want out of Nicki Minaj, because I want the next age, I want the pioneering, I want the phenomenal music that Nicki Minaj has proven that she can do over the years. Not the Do We Have a Problem, which is her fitting in, doing the same thing that everyone else is doing in the music industry just so that she can put something out and show people that she's back. But I also recognize that with her doing that, people are going to flock to it because, one, like, okay, if you're dying of thirst, are you going to turn down tap water? Disgusting tap water that comes out green. If you about to die if you don't drink any kind of water, then you gonna bite the bullet and go ahead and drink it and say it's the best water you ever tasted in your life. That's how I felt people were pretty much going at the Do We Have a Problem, because you haven't gotten any Nicki Minaj in so long. Like, yo, this is great. This is my favorite artist. She's back. She's doing her thing. Instead of actually realizing, yo, this is Nick, but I know I have vastly better songs in her catalog that I listen to all the time. Instead of recognizing that, you just happy that she got her, on top of the fact that, you know, Nicki Minaj fans, they gonna rock, they're Nicki Minaj fans forever. She's going to have to do something ridiculous to not have, like, you know how Trump came out saying like, yo, I can shoot somebody in the middle of Times Square and get away with it and still get elected president and still have all the fans? That's what Nicki Minaj can do. She can probably shoot Megan Thee Stallion in her foot and still have all of the fans. You feel me? She could have been the one to have done that. And everybody will defend Nicki ridiculous. It doesn't even matter. But I say all that to say, for anybody that asked me before, if you come back in and watch this video, yeah, I told you check back in with me to see how that does. And yeah, that was a #1 single. Her next #1 single, that was easy to project. I knew it would be. It sold over 100,000 in the first week. Nice, real nice. Like, it's showing you that her fan base, her audience is rocking with her nonstop. It does not matter. She's gonna have to fall off the map completely for these people to not care about anything that she does. Her brand alone is going to bring so many people. Like, I don't see why she doesn't have her own like makeup brand or anything like that, like how Rihanna did. Or am I just not up on game? Maybe she does, but she can monetize this way more than just music, way more than just a podcast. She's like the icon of this entire generation. There's so much that she can do with it. I don't see why, I honestly do not see why she's not doing that much more with it. See, most of the fans, man, they're not going to let a little thing like quality music get in the way of them being a fan. You're not going to let the fact that Nicki hasn't really dropped anything great in so long get in the way of you showing up for every show, showing up for every video, leaving every comment, like slandering anybody that has anything negative to say about it. Quality of music ain't got nothing to do with it. Y'all are here for Nicki. Y'all gonna go hard for Nicki, and I respect that. I wish more rappers had audiences like y'all. I wish more people would actually be showcased to y'all. I wish y'all would actually pick up on some other artists, pick up on some other people that, you know, are deserving of success. I wish y'all would actually look out for unknown artists the way that y'all look out for Nicki Minaj. Like, if you guys were to actually support, take an individual like last time I gave you a female artist that you guys would like. This time I'll give you how's about somebody like Busy Bone's son? You guys all know Busy Bone, right? From Bone Thugs and Harmony. His name is Lil Busy. He dropped a mixtape called Soul, Son of a Legend. If you guys listen to that, listen to just the intro. Just listen to the intro and listen to the interlude. And then come back and tell me that that's trash. If you guys can listen to that and then go spread that amongst your people and help this individual build his own notoriety to the point that he'll actually release something new because he's a super talented individual, then you guys would be doing the whole culture a massive favor. A massive favor. Remember, Lil Busy, Soul of a Legend. The intro and the interlude. Just listen to that. But before we jump into the actual song though, I wanted to also touch on like the video from the Do We Have a Problem? Because I didn't touch on that before. I found that video funny. Like, first of all, having Tommy from Power in it. Like, I'm not a fan of Tommy because of the lack of acting that's within the whole series, from Power to Force to the next generation of Power and all that stuff. Like, all of those, the writing has been trash, the acting has been just as bad. And to bring Tommy in for your music video, I see that you're trying to show that you're doing big things. You're gonna try to do a little acting in there too. Like, she's been part of some movies and stuff like that. She's done some animated work. Nicki is when she gets into her zone to do some acting and stuff. She definitely needs some acting. She definitely needs some lessons though. Not going to deny that. Tommy from Power, he's just not a very good actor. And watching this was pretty funny. While they tried to do a little something with it, but it wasn't. And then you can tell Nicki isn't comfortable in her body since the baby yet, but she's not letting that get in the way of her going out here getting this money, rebuilding the brand, getting the audience, rallying the base. She's not letting any of that get in the way. But I'm just saying, I mean, it's just like how Little Kim fell off and you can tell she's not comfortable in her new body too. Nicki is going along. She might be going into that direction, but I think she got more discipline. So I think Nicki will actually bounce back faster than anyone else, maybe. But once you start getting up there to the 30s, man, like bouncing back is not an easy thing for women. So it is what it is at this point. But let's go ahead and listen. Let's go ahead and talk about this Bussin' track. Like, I love the flow that Nicki Minaj is delivering in connection to that unique production. Like, that alone makes this worth the price of admission. That alone makes this track absolutely dope. How the beat is more like an arpeggio kinda going on, and she's just playing with her words to bounce back and forth with it. And how she's playing with it, it brings a whole nother dynamic. It brings a whole nother essence of greatness to the whole project. Like, that alone is dope. Now, what I am disappointed in on this track would be in the length of the project, because what is it? It is what, barely 2 minutes? This song is barely 2 minutes and change. And I mean, let's keep it 1,000. Yes, this is the standard length. This is the standard length of all music that's coming out today. So she again is more fitting in with the time period. She's more fitting in with how music is going at this point in time, instead of, you know what, we got a hit on our hands potentially here, just based on the catchiness of the flow and how the beat is unique and dope. Instead of blending in, instead of doing it the way everyone else is doing it, let me just go ahead and do it my own way. Sorry about that, everybody. My apps is going crazy. But instead, she did the typical length of a track that we are commonly coming across from everybody who are like far lesser acts. Like, Nicki Minaj is doing it because, okay, this is how everybody else is doing music. So let me go ahead and do this because I need to not blend in, but I need to do what all the algorithms are ultimately promoting out here. You feel me? Like, it's the smart business play. It's the smart business move. While everybody else who's doing these types of tracks, the vast majority, not everybody else, but the vast majority of everybody else who's doing short tracks like this, they're doing it because they ain't got no bars. They ain't got nothing to talk about. They don't have anything to bring to the table. They have to make do with what they have, and if they limit themselves to a minute and a half to 2 minutes, and if they limit their tracks to that, then they won't be exposed to how lacking they are as an individual. That's why the rest of them do it. Nicki don't have to do that. Nicki could have just made this into a full-length track and made it amazing, and it captured the mind of everybody just as much as a brief 2 minute and 30 seconds track would do. She got that kind of talent. She got that kind of potential. She got that amazing ability to be able to do that, where that is no longer the norm in the talent sphere of what music is, sadly. But maybe a plus could be this leaves plenty meat on the bone for potential remixes. Maybe a potential actual remix, not just let's just add a verse on there because there's plenty space. Let's just go ahead, change up the beat a little bit, change up the verses, add a whole nother verse, go as long as 6 minutes, 7 minutes, because the first one was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Why not? And I think because this joint is got all the likeliness of another hit that could sell another 100,000 in the first week, it got all that same essence. It would not shock me if she went on ahead and did that. As also in this track, she's doing the smart thing here and keeping Lil Baby limited. You dig? Because, I mean, and I'm not here to hate on Lil Baby. I'm not hating on Lil Baby at all. No knocking that man. He's one of the pioneers of this current generation. He's somewhat of the go-to guy for this new generation at this moment, besides, say, Little Dog NBA Youngboy. Young Thug. Like, this whole generation, they're all somewhat revolving around all of these artists right here. And it's all love and respect, but Lil Baby is not the most dynamic, not the most lyrical, not the most amazing artist there is of that group. I think the most dynamic of that group would be Young Thug. And that's why most of them are trying to sound like Young Thug, to be real with you. Young Thug is the most dynamic, but I'm not even gonna say that Young Thug is the most lyrical. Like, all of these artists that's coming out at this point, it's all hype. It's not actual skills. It's not actual amazing music. It's majority hype. But yet, there are some, like Lil Baby, that can deliver quality music from time to time. So having him as somewhat of the ambassador that's bringing Nicki to this generation of fans who may not have been listening to music in the last 4 years, who's more focused in on this pill popping generation, depression generation, the emo rap generation. Nicki collaborating a bunch with Lil Baby is actually another smart business move, and then doing it like this for this particular song, which she's limiting his availability so that he's not getting exposed for the lacking of his versatility and his delivery and his lyricism. She used him tastefully done, very tastefully. Now, personally, I would much rather Nicki collaborate a bunch with Cordae at this moment. Like, Cordae could use the push. Cordae got the quality music. Cordae is mad talented. Now, will Cordae actually fit in with what Nicki's trying to do? I don't know. I think Lil Baby actually fits in the best, and he got the most notoriety, and he's doing his thing. Like, it's the perfect fit. But I would like to see an individual like Cordae, personally. But then when you go ahead and listen in to a bunch of the lyrics, it's not super focused on lyricism. You dig? It's more focused in on the bounce of the feel and the dynamic of the delivery. All of that is what makes this great. That's what makes it solid, hands down, even without the emphasis of lyricism. And personally, if this is the way that music will evolve, thanks to Nicki Minaj doing a track like this, featuring an individual like Lil Baby, doing it in the direction in which she's doing this, I'm not even mad. Like, honestly, like I said in the last reaction video, Nicki Minaj's like true competition at this point in stage would be a Doja Cat per se. Somebody who is diverse, that's getting on diverse production like this particular production, who's transitioning and making a whole bunch of different deliveries and actually having the ability to make lyrics and dropping quality projects. Yeah, same thing. Like, this seems to be the direction that music can be going into, especially for women, and I think it is a plus. Oh, I've been waiting for better music to be coming on the horizon, and quality enough music to shape-shift the industry on where it's at now. And it doesn't shock me that the likes of Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj are the ones that seem to be pioneering this. But we need to see it. We need to see it come to fruition. We need to see actual talented individuals become in demand again. we need to have more songs like Bussin' on the radio 1,000 times a day. I won't even be mad about that. You did? Like, there's plenty songs that get the payola, that get played on the radio all the time, non-stop, the same 10 songs every day on the radio, and most of these songs aren't worth getting played twice. You feel me? Most songs are not worth getting played twice, but this particular song and some of the songs that Doja Cat has been doing, songs of this style that's like, okay, it got pop feel to it, but you can hear the essence of rap and R&B and the dynamic approaches that they are taking to these tracks. Like, these are actually making music into a much better place that I prefer to continue to be around. Like, listen to Silk Sonic. Silk Sonic going back and doing the 70s brand of music. You feel me? With them doing that and actually making quality music and having leave the light on. Leave the door open. Leave the door open. Having that be on the radio non-stop every 10 songs. I'm cool with that because that's a quality enough song to be deserving of that. You could make the case that those songs got that rotation off the fact that they're hot, not off the fact that they got paid to do that. But in most cases, they did get paid to do it. This song in particular, I can make the case that it is hot enough for it to get the massive rotation, no matter where it's at, whether it's an internet radio station, whether it's an actual radio station, whether they bring her in to do interviews on the Breakfast Club and play the songs or anything. Like, songs like this make it feel like it's deserving of it because the caliber of it is super quality. Quality enough to be on my playlist. Definitely quality enough to make my playlist. But let's go ahead and look at some of the lyricism that's been spit here. But like I said, it's not like the best that Nicki Minaj is bringing to the table because this song is not a lyrical emphasis. And that's something that, you guys know that I am a heavy lyrical dude. Everything that I peep out, everything that I listen to, I want to be entertained lyrically because, like, I understand, like, just having catchy songs is a thing, and just saying something and saying it the right way, that's dope. You can make hits with that. Not everybody out here are listening to actual lyrics and stuff. So why is people actually focusing on it? I know that's the direction that a lot of people take. But I listen to music all the time. I listen to so many different genres all the time. I listen to so many people. Like, when you actually have something to say, man, you stand out so much from the rest of everybody. Like, having dope lyricism actually is so huge of a plus because I actually get more entertainment than just riding with the beat and riding with the flow. You give me the triple threat where I actually have to pay attention to the song. If it's only production and flow, I can just listen to it and phase out whatever's being said and just enjoy it for what it is. But if you got dope lyrics, I got to sit there and I got to pay attention. I got to really enjoy it, and it'll bring a whole nother level of enjoyment, dude. It's important to have dope lyricists, but it's not necessarily needed to make hit songs, as I think that this song right here will be another 100,000 sold #1 over the week hit song from Nicki Minaj. But she got lyrics in there like, yo, not a bus stop, but we bust back. That's cool. Bus stop as in the place where you honestly can sit down and catch the bus, but yet when people say that she's a bust down, things like that has a lot of slang terminology out there in the culture. But then we bust back is a play off of it where, all right, we gonna shoot back at you. You ain't gonna just come here and shoot at us and stuff. Like, pretty cool wordplay right there. A unique wordplay. How she said, yo, I wish you would, and I'm not taking that wish back. okay. Like that may be closest to the most potent punchline that she's dropping off of this, which it's not amazing in the grand context of what Nicki Minaj has done throughout her entire career. But if you were to go ahead and be like, okay, Lil Baby, I wish you would, and not taking that wish back, that would be more of a 7 on the Richter scale, 7 to 8 on the Richter scale of what Lil Baby can bring to the table, while that is more of a 4 to what Nicki Minaj can bring to the table. But it's still entertaining though. Definitely entertaining. I'm not hating on it. How she said, yo, I'm not trying to ball, but I went out and bought me some hoops. That one was good. That one was good. Saying I'm not trying to ball as in play basketball, but I bought me some hoops. Hoops as in like basketball hoops, but she don't mean it in that context. She mean it as in hoop earrings. At least I perceive that as hoop earrings. At least I think so, unless hoops mean something different to women now. Which that could be, like, I don't follow women terminology as deeply as basketball and hood dude terminology, but from what I'm gathering and understanding of, that's what that means. So, I mean, I'm not saying that this is completely devoid of lyricism, because it's not. Like, I just pointed out some actual bars that's within there that has its moments, but are we saying that these are great bars? No. Are we saying that this is the best that Nicki Minaj can bring to the table? Nicki Minaj, who eats up dudes left and right on features, on songs like Monster. Nicki Minaj, who has the biggest and most popping, like, whenever there's a popping lyrical song and Nicki Minaj is featured on there, most dudes who listen to songs for lyrics and all of that stuff, we acknowledge that, yo, Nicki Minaj is probably gonna eat this one alive. You feel me? Like we sit up and we wait, like, okay, we don't ever discredit Nicki Minaj being on the track. Like, yeah, they just needed to get a female on the track. No. She's always one of those that we're peeping to see if she's made a highlight. In which she's made a highlight video, like how LeBron be slamming on dudes. She's made a highlight reel of slamming on rappers with her punchline bars. You feel me? You got to give Nicki her due. You got to give her her respect. But overall, to break this one all the way down, man, I'm very entertained by it. This one made my playlist. Like, I love the delivery. I love the flow. On top of some dynamic production, it comes together as a solid track. Not a classic track. A classic track probably could have used, say, a better feature. Even though Lil Baby does bring his own dynamic to this, I think it does complement the track. It does complement the track, but I think there are better artists out there that could have been used for this. Like, say, go get Nick Grant. What if she got Nick Grant for this instead of Lil Baby? Nick Grant ain't gonna bring you the audience that Lil Baby's gonna bring you. He ain't gonna bring you the new youngins that only wanna listen to the trap drill, talk about flossing, got some politically driven stuff as well, like how Voice of the Streets and all that stuff. Yes, he does bring that as well. But Nick Grant brings you actual lyricism. He brings you dynamic flow. He brings you everything that Lil Baby is not, and tenfold on the skill side of things. He just doesn't bring you the notoriety of the name brand. But if she were to get a Nick Grant, that would take the song to a whole nother level. If she were to go ahead and put forth better lyricism for this, like, cause she can, You can tell she was so heavily focused on getting this flow absolutely right that she limited her actual bars. And I'm fine with that. In a lot of cases, you can't have both. I just personally believe, with Nicki Minaj being one of the greats of all time, she has on the highest level to create something epic that cannot be duplicated. I think she could, delivery-wise, flow-wise, I think she delivered the best that she could possibly do with that, and it paid dividends. She definitely did the best by doing that. But I just feel, shortchanged with not having a lot of tremendous lyrics, but I can get over that, and I will get over that. Listening to this over and over and over, because I already put it on my playlist, already enjoyed this joint. It is what it is. But that's about it for today, man. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed me, all the people that jumped from one video to the next with me. All the people that's been watching I dropped 3 reactions in a span of 30 minutes. I appreciate everybody who rocked with me to the 10th fold. This was an experiment. I don't know if there'll ever be another opportunity for me to do something like this again. So I'm just gonna sit back and watch how the numbers go for these particular videos. And we'll see if we'll do this again another day if these videos go ham. If they don't, then it is what it is. I probably should have stuck it out with the Kanye. But hey, experimentations, brother. Experimentations. And Kanye's allegedly dropping again on the 22nd. So I'll have another run at it. But I appreciate everybody who came through, looked out for me, man. Love y'all. Be back. Maybe I'll review an album this week. We'll see. Based on how I feel about these projects that already came out. But yeah. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be easy. Good night.